to create these little bobbins, I'm going to show you how to do that. We'll go ahead and use this blue yarn. Now in the pattern, I tell you to measure out roughly 6 yards, and that is about a yard or 3 feet. And I know you can't see me doing that on the camera, but I just measured out a length that was about a yard, and then I'm going to go ahead and measure out another length and 6. Okay, and then we'll trim the yarn. And now we have this big spaghetti mess. And we're going to wind this up neatly into that little bobbin that I showed you. And the way we want to do this is we want it to pull out from the center of that bobbin. If you take a look at the bobbin I showed you earlier, you'll see it comes right out of the center, nice and neat, instead of coming from the outside. So I'll show you how to create that bobbin. You're going to take the end of your tail and just leave a little, probably about a 4 to 6 inch tail there. And then you're going to drape it over these 2 fingers, and you're going to leave them about a 1/2 inch apart. You don't want them too close together. And then we're going to begin wrapping. This is similar to winding a ball of yarn to work with, but you're just going to be crisscrossing kind of like an X shape. And of course our yarn's going to want to tangle a little bit. You're just going to continue this way, crisscrossing your yarn. And you don't have to do this tight. It can be fairly loose. That way your center pull strand is not going to be struggling too much to come out of the bobbin. Okay, now when we reach right around 10 inches, we're going to stop winding, and we're going to go between the fingers here, and this is why we left a little gap here in our fingers. We're going to push that thread to the other side and pull out. Remember, we still have this little tail here. We don't want that to go anywhere. Now we're going to cinch this piece up, come back around, push it through our fingers again to the other side, pull it back around and tighten it up. And if you have enough room, just go ahead and do it a 3rd time. But really, twice is probably enough. Okay. So we've drawn it around. Now I'm going to loosen this last strand up just a little bit, and we're going to weave the end of this tail through, and then we're going to cinch it up again, nice and tight. Okay, and then when your fingers begin to turn purple, you know it's time to pull your bobbin off. Okay, and this was our center pull, so we don't want to cut that. We're just going to cut that little strand that we tied around the bobbin. Get rid of that. And then there is our little bobbin. And as I said, you'll have a little center pull that should come out pretty easily. So this way, when you're doing your color work, once you start incorporating your red and your blue, or whatever colors you're working with, go ahead and find my red one. There we go. Once you start working with these, you're going to have just neat little bobbins hanging from your scarf. You're not going to be dealing with these big, cumbersome skeins of yarn that are flopping all over the place and getting tangled. These will simply dangle from the sides, kind of like little tassels. Okay, so that's how we make the bobbins. So I hope this helps you guys.